by Chad Jensen. Denver, 247 Sports. If you've been wondering what Von Miller wants the Denver Broncos to do with pick No. 10 in the NFL Draft, the seven-time Pro Bowler answered that question over the weekend. Miller posted a story on Instagram that, to my knowledge, has since been deleted, showcasing his Make-A-Wish for pick 10. Devin White responded on Instagram with, "I'm up for it, goon." Von isn't alone in wanting LSU linebacker Devin White to land in Denver. White is probably the top non-QB prospect fans most vocally advocate for the Broncos to take at 10. The issue, though, is that White is not expected to be there at 10. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers hold the No. 5 overall pick, and have been steadily tied to White. Then White, credit, Christian Peterson, Getty Images. After letting Quan Alexander walk, the Bucs have an immense need at linebacker and White would fill it. But it's inadvisable to take any pre-draft buzz as absolute gospel. 'Tis the season for smoke screens across the NFL. Miller's public championing of Devin White does showcase the mindset in most veteran players. Vets will 10 times out of 10 want their team to take an immediate impact player high in the draft, over a quarterback prospect who will take time to develop. That's one of the questions GM John Elway will have to answer on April 25. The Broncos have need of a long-term franchise-caliber QB, but the temptation to instead draft a blue-chipper who can step in and contribute right away to the product on the field might be too great. The Broncos truly believe that with the additions of Vic Fangio and Joe Flacco, along with a strong free agent class, they can compete in 2019. Elway talked about Flacco as still being in his prime years back in March, which was odd, considering Flacco's age, 34. Elway loathes the rebuild word. He'd rather reload the roster with vets and make a competitive push, taking things on a year-by-year basis. That approach worked when Peyton Manning was the QB. I'm skeptical that it'll pay similar dividends under Flacco, but Fangio's arrival could be the tide that raises all boats for the Broncos. Von Miller's daydream does present an exciting notion. Miller and Bradley Chubb on the edge, with Devin White and either Todd Davis or Josey Jewell. That would be one heck of a linebacker core. Such an arsenal of defensive weapons would give Fangio a sharp tip of the spear to deploy on game days. Fangio's specialty is the outside linebacker position, but he's also an expert with a sterling track record at off-ball linebacker, too. At the Combine back in February, White bristled with excitement at the notion of playing for the Broncos, saying that Elway only drafts playmakers. It was a tip of the cap to Elway's ability to draft defensive studs and a clear indication that White wouldn't be disappointed if he landed in Denver. The 2019 draft is now only 3 weeks away. Broncos country will soon know what the future holds for the team at pick 10 overall.